go. Yeah. Hey there, wizards. It's me, Wade the Wizard, and welcome to Wizardology. I don't know if you happen to notice my new bag. Look at how cool this is. All sorts of cool features. We got this, well, I'll show you more about it later, but one feature, boop, beep, boop, boop. Check this out. The topic of today's show is empathy. I should have turned up my brightness, but that's okay. Hey, you know what? That reminds me of a silly little poem I wrote. Yeah, my poem is called Two Hearts, One Cup. I wrote it for my best friend, Mike. I'm not you and you're not me, but if we pretend, that's empathy. I imagine what it must feel like to be you, my best friend, Mike. When you had a bad day at work, I'll say, damn, your boss is a jerk. I had fun writing a new short rhyme, thicker than thieves in righteous crime. All right, just a short little poem to get us started today. Oh my God, we have 4 people watching. That is at least 3 more people than last month. I don't know. All right, but let's get our show started. Welcome to Wizardology. We're going to start with an opening hymn by Wolfmother, and the title is Victorious. All right, I'm just giving you a short little sample. Wow, that light is, oh my God, look, we got a new starlight up here. I don't know, we're just trying some new things. Yeah, so what else? Oh my God, let's get started with our sacrament with Phoebe, oh Phoebe, the magical potion pheasant. Bring me a drink and make it oh so pleasant. Oh, look at what we have here. Now, I mean, let's give this a lovely little bitter IPA. This is a hand-blown glass. Really cool. So, now, yeah, let me show you some more of the cool features of this bag, right? Oh my God. Oh my God, I've been spending so much time on this here. Maybe we'll do this. There we go. I call it the Wizatron 3000. So we got this cool little digital readout. This is the hat of the Crystal Wizard. I've got we got some buttons down here. I got eco mode. Not sure what all these different buttons do. We have a tri-axis analog. It's got a thermometer, barometer, altimeter, little speaker over here for playing some rad tunes. Turn up the volume right here. Now, this is a feature I need to kind of tweak a little bit. But this is the hypometer. Hype! Oh, see, it doesn't. There we go. Yeah! Woo! Oh my God! Wizardology! Yeah! Oh, okay. Well, see now. Turn it down right there. But, I think we'll kind of leave it right there about in the middle. Really excited about this. Now, here's something exciting. This button, if you're interested in having one of these buttons, Wizardology button pin, let me know in the comments, and maybe I'll send you one for free if you're cool. I don't know. But, to bring you here we are. Message.
Wake up.
Smile.
And here we are.
Howdy.
Our wonderful special guest of the show. Oh, all right. So, I'm just going to kind of get myself reoriented. We have welcome. Please give a wizardly welcome to our special guest, Daria. Woo!
Howdy.
Welcome. Yeah. So, gosh, where to begin? Let me switch over here. I guess the first thing I want to bring up, want to discuss, there was a quote by one of the smartest wizards who ever lived, Albert Einstein. He said, "Everybody is a genius, but if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it will spend its whole life believing that it's stupid." So I've recently been thinking about this and how it pertains to my own life. And, a fish is good at swimming, monkeys climb trees, birds fly. What does Wade the Wizard do? Well, I like to try and be creative and friendly. What, Daria, would you say is your swimming? Your fish swims, monkeys climb trees.
Well, believe it or not, it actually is swimming. I mean,
Yeah?
I do a lot of swimming here in the Yukon, and I'm also river rescue certified.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
River rescue certified. So, but does that go along with like kayaking or?
More like trying to fish idiots out of the Yukon River who decide to go for a swim, not realizing the current.
Man, wow. That's a pretty wild certification. Man, I used to do whitewater rafting, and we saw a person drowned, and we were like it wasn't in our group, but we were kind of crossing paths, and dude drowned, and we tried to save his life, but he had a heart attack, so there wasn't any water in his lungs. It was heart attack. Yeah.
Damn.
Pretty wild. All right. Well, I want to, let's see. I don't know how this is going to work. This is going to be kind of a new thing. Let me try this. Oh, you know what? All right, let's see what that looks like. Oh my God, no, where is it? Why don't we see that? There's nothing. It's black. Oh, maybe I gotta. Oh, add to stage. Here we go. Boom. All right. So we're talking about empathy today, and I thought it'd be fun to kind of rank. So here at the top we have the S tier is the least empathetic, and as we go down, not so much empathetic. So I'm going to switch over here. So down here at the bottom we have, in no particular order, Kent Hovind. The use of a leaf blower multiple times a week. Next up, MAGA, people who vote for Trump. Not tipping your delivery drivers, your food service people. Here we have being an inconsiderate driver. You turn your blinker on and you're trying to get over. All right. Next up, we have people who are pro-life. I know this is small. I don't know if I can make it any bigger, but it's what we got to deal with. Here I have a picture of Matt Walsh, one of the most transphobic pieces of shit garbage. Speaking of garbage, next up we have littering, and then finally factory farming. So I guess let's just kind of start from left to right, and what do you think? Where does Kent Hovind rank?
We're saying that the S tier has the least empathy?
Yes. So like the worst, not a clue.
Well, I mean, on the one hand, he essentially runs a homeless shelter, but on the other hand, it's pretty much a cult compound. He's currently searching for wife number 5 because he drove the other 4 off.
Man, last I heard he was only on wife number 3 or something.
Oh, there's his OG wife, Joe Hoven, the one he sent to prison for a year when he got 10 years for doing his sovereign citizen shtick. Then there was Mary Toko, who became Mary Hoven. Basically, she's an anti-vaxxer who he used to cite a lot of his nonsense. Then Cindy Hoven, who he body slammed. That's number 3.
Oh my god.
Then Sandra Hoven, who recently left Kent. Don't know why, but
man, wow.
Oh yeah, and he's first the literal pedophile. So S.
Yeah. Okay. Let's start. We can adjust these as we move along. But all right, man. Leaf blowers. My neighbor. Well, I don't want to call anyone out, but man, that so annoying.
Yeah, it can be annoying, but on the other hand, I guess if he's composting them, it's fine. But if he's just throwing them out in like plastic trash bags or blowing them onto your lawn, that's kind of a shitty way to deal with it.
Yeah, it's. I mean, if we're looking at our list of stuff, maybe this is honestly probably the lower end for sure.
D tier, yeah, it's kind of inconsiderate no matter how you slice it, especially doing it multiple times a week.
Yeah, man. My neighbor loves his leaf blower. All right, let's go on to MAGA.
I mean,
this specifically, this isn't. Yet to clarify, it's not Trump, but it's
his followers
who voted for. Yeah.
Well, on the one hand, I think a lot of these people are incredibly delulu to a point where they actually believe that they're helping the world. But on the other hand, the shit that they by putting Trump in office, he's done a lot of harm. Like to the point where if I have to like travel through the United States, I'm going through Amtrak because I'm not flying through U.S. airspace.
Wow. Interesting.
FAA stuff.
Yeah. Oh, and I did want to apologize because I was gonna try and send Daria a wizard hat and post office between Canada, U.S. It's a mess. So and. Anyway.
Oh yeah, Canada Post took 24 years to deliver a letter from some town in BC to Edmonton, the next province over.
Interesting. Well, so yeah, MAGA. I kind of feel like the supporters, because I have family who voted for him, but they're just. I feel like they're kind of tricked by. They were tricked. They were bamboozled.
Yeah, I mean, to a certain extent, yeah, because a lot of them have these ideas of, and it's a vague idea. What does it mean for America to be great?
Yeah, I guess just in general, I mean, like MAGA represents Trump ideology, which encompasses quite a lot of. I feel like they just lack empathy for a lot of things, a lot of reasons.
Well, sure.
Maybe we'll bump that up just one. Well, for now, we can. All right, so let's see. Tips, not tipping. So I delivered pizzas for about a year, and man, some people, they just would not tip.
That's no bueno.
Yeah. As far as I feel like it's not as bad as some of these other things, but
I would say C tier would be the highest I'd be willing to go.
Yeah, that seems right. Okay, we're good. We're getting there. We're making some progress. Inconsiderate drivers.
And I'm kind of of the opinion of Deeds here on this, because there's a question of whether it's inconsiderate versus whether people just don't know how to fucking drive.
Yeah, and I think also sometimes, like, you're late, you're in an emergency. We don't really know. Okay, so next up we have people who vote pro-life. So this is kind of, a little interesting.
Yeah, I mean, on the one hand, they claim to be supporting a good cause, like, even if I don't agree that it is a good cause, but if they're so pro-life, then why are the same kind of people all gung-ho about the death penalty and not gung-ho about cutting programs like WIC or food stamps or whatever that support children in need? They're happy for children to be born into the world, just not fed or sheltered or clothed. So kind of undermines their point.
Yeah, I feel like it more comes down to, like, there are people who are, I guess, pro-life in general and care about the child after it's born, but there's people who are just anti-abortion. Like, once the baby's born, they don't give a fuck. So, maybe that, I don't know. We have a good slot here in B tier because, yeah, they might have their reasons, but I think if you consider the mother, right, then it might even be an A tier, because you can't understand, you can't have that empathy for that mother who's pregnant and doesn't want to give birth to their rapist baby.
Well, yeah. And not to mention, we in the US, because I am American, believe it or not, I just moved up here because I like Canada more.
Yeah. Well, how long ago did you?
2019, like a couple months before the pandemic hit.
Oh, man. But so do you have dual citizenship or just?
Not yet, working on it. But yeah, basically I think we don't do a good enough job, like, doing sex education, especially in some of the more red states.
Oh, so, in Canada?
No, I meant in the US, but I guess to a certain extent, I mean, we could see similar problems in Alberta and Saskatchewan, which would be our red states.
Yeah.
Even though we don't have states, we have provinces, and red has a completely different meaning here.
Yeah, interesting. Man,
it's the right-wing party that's blue here, and the left-wing party that's red. Okay, center left, but whatever.
Right. Well, let's see. Okay, here's a good one. Transphobia.
Oh, it's not just transphobia, Matt Walsh. It's also racism too. And I
with Matt Walsh.
I actually know someone who was in Matt Walsh's latest documentary.
Oh shit! Oh, hold on. What's this? Wait! I gotta switch tabs. Uh-oh! What does that mean? You know what that means, right? Hold on, I gotta stop this. Shit. Give me just a second. Technical difficulties. That's my alarm to remind me to go over the Movie of the Month Club, the Mom Club. So we'll finish off this tier list and then we'll jump right into that. But yeah, Matt Walsh. Well, I guess more specifically, I got this picture just to represent, like, transphobia in general.
Yeah, definitely I'd say S tier, because their arguments are of the same quality as Kent Hovind's, and they have absolutely no empathy whatsoever.
Yeah. They can't even fathom for a second what it might be like to be someone else. I've been thinking, though, too, as far as I struggle to empathize with with bigots like Matt Walsh. I try and put myself in their shoes and imagine what it must be like to be but it doesn't work for me. I can't understand how they could be so heartless.
Yeah, I mean, I think there is a certain limit that we have. There I go again, channeling fucking Kent Hovind. Like we have a certain limit as to how we can stretch our imaginations. Like I could put myself in the position of maybe a MAGA supporter or someone who doesn't know how to drive or anything and try and empathize with people on that level. But when we got someone whose thinking is so fundamentally different, like say your Kent Hovind's, your Matt Walsh's, it's like a mind fuck to try to think, how can I even come to the same conclusion as this dipshit?
Right, yeah. Yeah. All right. So that's a S tier for sure. All right, a couple more interesting ones. So littering, honestly, littering aggravates me quite a bit. I would put this up with like at least B tier or A tier.
I agree.
All right. Let's maybe. Yeah, I mean, like you just don't even think for a second about anybody else. You just don't even care about anybody else but you.
Yeah, I guess A tier would work too.
Yeah. Well, but not quite as bad as we gotta leave room for some of these other pieces of shit.
Yeah, because on the one hand, littering is bad and there's really no good excuse for it. But on the other hand, I don't think it's actively as evil as our S tier members are.
Right, for sure. All right, and that just leaves factory farming. I am curious. I did see one of your posts. You were talking about getting a vegan donut. Are you by chance a vegan?
Nope. In fact,
No.
it was mostly a joke about that vegan teacher because she was having a feud with Gordon Ramsay a few years back, and he created a response to one of her videos where she was trying to shame him for not being vegan or not cooking with meat or whatever. And he called her a vegan donut during his response. He did like a TikTok duet.
Okay. See, I didn't pick up on that at all. Well, yeah. So, because I mean, I was, gosh, basically since I've been with my current spouse, we met about 3 years ago, and she's been vegan for a long time. And I had been eating meat sparingly once or twice a week for like environmental reasons. But since I moved in with her, I've just been 100% vegan, and it's been great, and I love it. And I guess
Makes sense.
this empathy, why I think it's interesting is because it aligns more with empathy to other creatures, other sentient creatures. You know, you can understand or feel how bad it would be to be bred in captivity, and it's really some bad situations that they're put in. But
yeah, I mean, I'm not a big fan of factory farming myself. Personally, when I'm not like eating out or whatever, whenever my meat that I have in my freezer is hunted from the Yukon. I mean, I have a
wow.
an acquisition license. I have a hunting license. I hunt my own meat.
Yeah.
And it's deer and animals that live here in the Yukon that have walked up here, that have swam up the river. Basically, it's not like these animals weren't bred in a factory farm. They're in my backyard.
Yeah, I think that is really good as far as like I wouldn't consider myself a total strict evangelical sort of vegan who really pushes the agenda, but you know, if you're gonna eat meat, make sure it's it's sourced ethically, and I think there's a way to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see. Okay, let's finish off this tier list. I think we'll maybe stick it right there in the middle.
I agree. I mean, on the one hand, yeah, factory farming sucks, but on the other hand, it does feed a lot of people.
Well, but the crazy thing, though, so I follow a few really interesting vegan influencers, but
yeah,
because that's one of the arguments. They're like, "Oh, did you know that one cow can provide enough food for?" But what do you feed that cow? You feed that cow, you have to farm all of the grain to feed the cow. Like we could just cut out the middleman in a way and just eat the grain ourselves. But I gotta say, my spouse is a really good cook. It was actually today just going through a whole bunch of different recipes and soy curls. Have you ever heard of soy curls? Oh my god!
Can't say that I have.
Yeah, man. I think people they hear the word vegan and they think tofu and I don't know.
Yeah, I had a friend back in Fort Collins, Colorado, who was really trying to get me to like try his locally made seitan. Like he owned like a tofu business, and he had me eat seitan, and I tried it, and I was like, "This is the worst fucking thing I've ever eaten."
Oh, it wasn't cooked right, man. I don't know. Like
probably
seitan is one of my favorites.
But yeah, I only have one person's like cooking on it. I only have that one perspective.
Yeah, I think that's one of the biggest disconnects with people considering more of a plant-based diet. But all right, let's let me see if this is activated. Oh shit! Hold on. Beep boop bop beep. Wizardtron. Okay, here we go. So last month's movie of the month club. Here we go. Let's see if we can see that. Oh, I'm sitting on my rope. So we had. Wow, that's really washed out, isn't it?
Yep.
Dinner in America. That's all right. Well, you know what? We try some things here on the Wizard Show, and whatever doesn't work, we scrap it. But let's see, which way does this go?
Nothing ventured, nothing gained.
So this month, I have a few picks based, on the topic of empathy, and well, specifically transgender. Not all transgender, but I picked a few in case you've seen one of these movies, then you can just pick one of the other ones you haven't seen.
Okay.
So first up, we have. Oh my god, you can't see shit.
Not even remotely.
Let's try this. Let's try and get real close. Oh my god. Well, that's a fail. The first movie is Will and Harper.
I've heard of it. I haven't seen it.
Okay, that's a good one. Man, yeah, what to say about that? Well, let me run through these. So you haven't seen Will and Harper. Another one is Cowboys. Let's try and give that one more. No, you can't see anything. Cowboys. It's a cute little story about how. So there's a mom and dad and their son. Well, it's a transgender son, and the father is accepting of that and supportive of that, but the mother isn't. And basically, they run away and they become cowboys living on the land. Oh, oh shit, this might be the one for you because they run away to Canada. And they're trying to like get past the border. And man, it's really good. And lastly, let me try a little something different. See if I turn down my brightness. Maybe if I get this like right up in there. Oh, that's a little bit better. Everybody's talking about Jamie. Have you seen that one?
I haven't.
Oh my goodness, Daria, come on. What kind of movies are you watching? What shows are you watching?
I've been watching a lot. I've been really getting into Severance recently and The Expanse.
So actually, Severance, my spouse works as a set decorator in TV and film, and she worked on that.
Neat.
And there's the episode where they're camping. Did you
Oh
see that one
yeah,
yet?
yep, I have.
So the torches, I was kind of disappointed because I helped laser engrave the Lumen logo on the torch handle, and I was waiting for like the close-up detail shot, but yeah, wasted
Also,
detail.
fun fact: the instrument that that Miss Wong plays, the theremin.
Oh yeah,
I play a theremin.
oh yeah, nice. Dang,
not good at it yet, but otherwise I would have offered to play. But
yeah,
I'm working on it.
Recently got my I played the saxophone all throughout grade school, and I have a big old baritone saxophone, that huge one, and I've been getting it out, practicing it a little bit. Might do something for Wizardology, but all right. So we have the movies. I would recommend you watch Cowboys. It's not the Cowboys. It's not Cowboys versus Aliens. It's just Cowboys.
Gotcha.
Now, let's see. Okay, so let's see. We did the tier list. All right, so, I mean, I don't know how this will go. We'll see, and see how we're feeling. But I wanted to try and explore empathy with you, Daria.
Sure.
And so what I want to do is I have a few questions here. So I'll ask you a question, and you kind of expand on it, and then I'll kind of respond in my own version of that, of how it's impacted my life, and so we can maybe learn to see how each other are feeling.
Sure.
So my first question is, what is one of the proudest moments in your life, or proudest accomplishments that you've achieved in your life?
Definitely when I earned my master's.
Yeah, wow. Masters of what was it? These?
I have a master's of science in computer science from Colorado School of Mines.
Wow, and it wasn't. I mean, I got to poke fun at Kent Hovind, but did you bring up that in your debate?
I did. Yeah, I always make sure that. Basically, I think in both debates, I brought up the fact that he's not a real doctor. I think I might have even called him like Brigadier General Hovind just to be like superfluous.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah,
but
I have a
university's a real school.
Yeah, I got my degree in bachelor's of engineering, and look at me now. No, I haven't worked in an engineering job for some 3 years now.
Yeah, I think the last time I worked in web development was during the pandemic.
Wow. Man, yes, but masters, that's I had a hard enough time getting my bachelor's. I went to this like free luncheon seminar, and they were saying how I could get my some professional degree. It wasn't maybe it was a master's in MBA. Yeah.
I think an MBA is a professional degree as opposed to like an academic degree.
But I sat down at this luncheon, and they're like, "Oh, it's going to cost this much money, and you're going to do this many years of study, and you'll get this much percentage of a pay increase at your job." And I like did the math. I'm like, basically the rate of return was years down the road. I'm like, I don't know. I think I'll do just fine without going to more school.
Yeah, I wound up having to write a huge ass master's thesis and about artificial intelligence and data ingestion and things like that. And it would have been so much simpler if I could have just started it with, "Hi, my name is Daria Bloodworth." But unfortunately, in academia, we have standards.
Oh, wait. So did you have to like? Are you saying you used like your dead name or?
No, Daria Bloodworth is my name, but no, that was a jab at Kent Hovind's dissertation.
Oh, I see. Oh, I see.
Because he starts his
I'm not familiar with.
"Hi, my name is Kent Hovind."
Oh my god.
It's like, that's not how a fucking dissertation is written.
Yeah, I could not. Like I had considered reading his thing, but I couldn't. It's just too bad.
It is like, basically, if you gave Ken Hovind a word processor in the 1980s and basically he typed out the same kind of crap that he spews on YouTube now, or I guess not now because he's supposed to be banned on YouTube, but over on
whatever
Rumble,
his platform is now. Well, even though I am proud of my degree, the thing that I'm most proud of in my life by far is escaping the Mormon cult. I grew up in the Mormon church, and back in 2017, I escaped, and I haven't looked back since, and it's been great.
I actually have a similar story because I grew up even though I'm Jewish now, I grew up fundamentalist Christian beforehand. Like, I grew up listening to Ken Hovind's VHS tapes.
Really? Wow.
So even though I do consider that one of my proudest accomplishments, getting the fuck out of fundamentalist Christianity, I did earn a master's degree pretty much perma-stoned, so that kind of has to be my proudest accomplishment.
Oh man. All right, let's see. Let me take a look over these. So I don't know. We'll see how these go. So the next question, I wanted to kind of not always talk about the sunshine and roses, or I want to talk about when a time in your life when you were really hurt emotionally, or maybe there was some conflict that still hurts.
Well, I guess it would probably have been losing pretty much all my friends once I decided to transition. And keep in mind, this was back in 2007, and I grew up in Texas, so
okay,
I made the announcement when I was in the process of moving to Colorado.
Okay, wait. So 2007. Well, how old are you?
At the time, I was 20.
20. Okay, man. That really. I'm sorry to hear that. That you didn't have that. Hey, I'm your friend.
That means a lot.
Yeah, and I think that's. I am very proud that you were able to get through that. Like I can't imagine. I mean, as I left Mormonism, I still have family who is still Mormon, and it's just not the same. It pretty much, like, I don't have any kind of relationship with my dad and my one sister.
Yeah, I mean, it fucks with you, and especially considering that, especially in a lot of these higher control religions, there's like this insider versus outsider perspective, and the more the religion demonizes the outsider, the more the harder it is to maintain relationships with people on the outside. Like, if you're told that the secular world is evil and basically we're all creation denying, baby eating monsters that basically are that they'll be free of once Jesus decides to come back from the convenience store after getting his smokes and basically gets down to finally enacting like the second coming or whatever.
Yeah. Man, Shoot. Well, all right. I appreciate you sharing that with me. Imagine that'd be really hard. Well, so I guess to completely flip the script, what's something in your life that makes you most happy? Where you feel peace?
There's my relationship with my boyfriend, of course. We definitely are each other's kind of weird, and that's an incredible. I don't think people like value that in relationships, but it is like, at least for me. I mean, I can only speak from my perspective, but I think that finding someone who you don't have to hide from, or you can just be your full self with, is the most meaningful thing in the world. I mean, granted, I can't speak from authority because I've only had one divorce, not four like Kent, so I can't say for certain what the perfect relationship is.
I was married for about 6 years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think mine only lasted for a year and a month.
Wow, man. Well, so how long have you been with your boyfriend now?
4 years and October, November, December, January. 5 months. 4 years, 5 months.
Wow. Yeah, that's longer. Well, I was gonna say, so with all my different relationships, I feel like I've always not been 100% myself, but with my current spouse, we're just like the goofiest little freaks, and she helps me with this wizardology, and it's goofy as hell, and
that's important.
Yeah,
it's important to have joy in your life.
Yeah, man. I guess aside from my sweet, lovely spouse, I really love just getting out in nature, the fresh air and sunshine. I'm just a little creature of nature, swimming in a cool body of water. Love it.
Yeah, I think definitely living in the Yukon, we have that blessing as well. Like, when I said my backyard, I go out and hunt, or I can go out and be in nature, I wasn't fucking kidding.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say
I live in bear country.
I was looking to send you, a hat, and I pulled it up on Google Maps, and I was like, oh damn, right there by the Yukon River, like
that address is actually a postal box. Like, I live.
Oh,
if I were to give you the address, like I give my bank, it would be something like kilometer 1096 Alaska Highway.
Interesting.
Yeah, but apparently the post office isn't like that. So.
Man. Wow. Well, it's a shame. Right. Well, so let's see. I had one more. I don't know if you have anything that comes up you want to ask me, but the last question I had was something that you hope for, or interesting. Okay, so I guess this is kind of a two-parter, but like something that you hope for in the future, or something that you worry about in the future. Just something like in your own personal life that you would hope to accomplish.
Well, I'm kind of hoping that I can finish my transition because, the thing is, having lived in America, medical care is expensive as shit. And now living in Canada, I have to wait for the approvals and wait lists to go through. So it's frustrating having been in transition for almost 20 years now.
Yeah, wow.
And I've only had a couple surgeries done. And I'm not going to say what they are because I don't think anyone's have to disclose. But I'm just lamenting about the process, like how long it fucking takes to like get the money together, or in the case of being in Canada, getting to your spot on the wait list. Thankfully, a couple things are like shaking, so I should be able to get a couple more things done soonish. But it would be nice to be done and just to be in society and move about and not have to think about this crap.
Yeah, man.
Because it occupies significant real estate in my mind. And
yeah, every day, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm. And it would be just nice to be able to practice my music on the theremin, or go out and hunt, or play video games.
Oh, I love it. Man. I'm glad I didn't really like we connected over email and Instagram, but I wasn't like I didn't want to find out too much about you so that our interaction could be more that like first time getting to know somebody. And
Understandable.
it's been a pleasure. Well, let's see. Something I hope for, something I worry about. Gosh. I honestly, maybe it's silly, but I kind of hope that I've been pretty excited about WIZARDOLOGY and where it's taken off, and I've got some fun ideas. I'm just adding a little bit here and there each episode, and yeah.
Cool.
And man, I tell you, there's plenty to worry about living in America. Good God. I can't even I can't doom scroll too much. Like I just have to put it down. It's too much.
Yeah, I'm kind of hoping I can get a Canadian passport before my American one expires.
Yeah, that would be good. Hopefully that works out.
Especially given the bullshit Trump is doing to trans people's passports.
Yeah, I can't, man. I saw something that was like, I don't know if it's just one state or something, but like, it's probably like Texas or something. And they're saying it's illegal to identify as transgender.
Yeah, they're trying to like criminalize it under fraud, and it's like, how I can't see how the fuck that could be fraud, especially even from a legal perspective. Like, in order to commit fraud, wouldn't you have to have the intent to defraud?
Yeah.
It doesn't pass the mens rea check. I mean, I'm not like trying to get one over on someone when I tell them I'm a woman. I'm just telling them the facts.
Yeah. I love it. Man. Well, I think, yeah, I don't know what else to add. I want to say, I don't believe in any gods, but I believe in you, Daria.
I appreciate that. I believe your hat looks awesome.
Oh, thank you. This is still got. I want to make a different hat, but well, I hope you enjoyed. Let's see. We got Malachi watching. That little shit.
According to Twitter, 2007 was before trans people.
Yeah, we've had one. Looks like Malachi's getting the button. I would send you a button, Daria, if I could, but I don't know.
It would take forever.
Yeah. Shoot. Well, I've really appreciated you having you on the show. And
it was great to be here.
we still have a closing hymn, and it is so yeah, Tame Impala is the band. The song is "The Less I Know, the Better," and again, I this is something I might change up with future episodes. Maybe Malachi can weigh in, but ideally we would listen to the whole song, but when I play it through StreamYard, the sound quality is shit, and then there's like copyright issues. So I'm just gonna get a little 30-second snippet, and if you like the song, go check it out. The link is in the description below. But other than that, live your best life, and yeah. Well, we'll see you next every second Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time.
Cool. See ya.
Bye. Oh, wait. Add to stage. No, that's the wrong one. Oh my God. Here we go.